it's not going to go back to normal. Like once your brain expands and experiences something new or learns something new, or you get like a new feeling that you've never gotten before, your brain doesn't go back to normal, you guys. So make sure you prioritize luxury staycations. This is the quickest and easiest way that you can really raise your belief levels and create a new reality for yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Mindful Vibes 365 podcast, where we have productive and stimulating conversations about how to be more mindful in all the areas of your life. I'm your host, Malaysia, and if you're watching or listening to this episode right now, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you're a person that desires more. You're a person that wants wealth. You want freedom. You want to be able to travel the world and visit the most sought out destinations there are on earth. You want to wear tailored clothes and be able to dress exactly how you want to dress on a daily basis, looking good, right? And all the finest things. You're someone who wants to drive the nicest cars. You want to live in the nicest places. You want to be able to pay for and afford all the luxurious experiences that you can possibly think of. But right now, you might feel like that version of you is so far away to the point where it damn near seems impossible to ever get to this point of wealth, freedom, and luxury that you really do desire. So in today's episode, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how you can raise your belief level and create a whole new reality for yourself, because trust me, it's honestly a lot easier than you think. Okay, so if this is the type of person that you desire to be, you want all the finest things there are just because you don't even have to have a reason for wanting them. If that's the life that you desire to live, a life where you're not thinking about money because there's an infinite amount of money that you have, or you're just overly financially comfortable and you have the means, you have the resources to pretty much do whatever you want. If this is the life that you want to live, I am getting ready to explain to you exactly how you can get there. Okay, so make sure you pay attention. Let's get into it. Now, I want to get into talking about why you don't have what you want yet, because there's only two main reasons as to why. Number one is because you haven't put the work in yet. You haven't put the work in. You haven't put the time in. It is what it is. Okay. Time is the thing standing between you and the things that you want. That's number one. But number two, which is the reason that a lot of people tend to overlook, even if they have put the work in, even if they have put the time in, or they're currently doing so, your mind just hasn't given you the permission to take the necessary actions required to making that life that you desire come true. What you have to understand is most people are stuck in what I like to call a default reality mode, okay? And this is when you only believe what you can see in front of you right now. And that is a major problem. Okay, you only believe in what you can see right now, but the life that you want, that's going to come from believing what you can't necessarily see in front of your face yet. It's going to come from seeing what's not yours, but seeing what else is actually out there for you to be able to have. And this is where exposure comes in. Exposure is so important. To raise your belief level, you have to reshape your reality and introduce your brain to new possibilities, period. You cannot desire to live a life you've never seen before. So if you've never gotten exposed to certain things, that desire, that burning desire that you're supposed to have and that you have to have in order to get them, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to even be there because you haven't been exposed to it. You cannot chase a reality that your brain has not experienced before. All it takes is one time. That's it. That's all. So before 2025 ends, and definitely going into 2026, here are some different habits and experiences and shifts that will completely elevate your belief system and help you to create a new reality for yourself. Okay, warnings apply. Here are some side effects of some of the things that I'm getting ready to tell you. You will become allergic to regular stuff. Okay, you're going to become allergic to regular experiences, regular conversations. You're going to be bored with the same old conversations that you usually have, you know, with your friends or your family members or, you know, anybody, right? A lot of things that you used to love and used to indulge in and used to excite you, it's not going to excite you anymore once you start implementing and doing these things, I promise it is what it is. When you get exposed to more, your brain just starts to think so much bigger. It's like, I don't recognize that little stuff anymore. All right, so moving into the very first way that you can raise your belief level and create a whole new reality for yourself. Coming in at number one, which is my absolute favorite, a true jet setter, traveling. I need you guys to travel. I mean, seriously, prioritize traveling. Traveling will change your mindset 1000%, because getting out of your neighborhood, getting out of your city, getting out of your state, and getting out of your country and your everyday regular routine is going to force your brain to expand, you guys. Think about it. You can't expect your brain to think about all the different wonders and possibilities of the world if you are consistently trapped in the same environment, if you are consistently staying in the same environment every single day. You're not doing anything different. You eat the same foods every single day. You wear the same clothes every single day. The weather is the same every single day. Like, those things are just keeping your brain in like a box. The easiest way to cure that is by traveling. I want you to travel outside of your country. And if you are in the US, I want you to travel within the US as well, or whatever country you're in, travel to different places within that country. Okay. There's so many beautiful places within the US, in the states. Like, go state to state, make it a goal to hit every single state, you guys. Like, traveling outside of the country is very important also as well. But you know, if you don't have the funds to do that, start here, get you a cute little domestic flight, and you know, go sightsee and explore in some different states within the United States or another country, like I said. However, I think that you need to always make it apparent to travel outside of the country, especially if you've never been there before. Traveling outside the country for me for the very first time, honestly, y'all, my very first time going out of the country, and this was like, I think my third time catching a flight or second time catching a flight, I went all the way to freaking Europe. Like, I went to Europe and I went to Paris first, and then I went to London. And it was just honestly so amazing, like, just to see how things are different over there, how people operate, how are they train stations, how do people operate while walking down the street, tasting their food, which is real authentic and not filled with so many things and artificial flavoring and stuff that's bad for you. Like, it was so refreshing. Like, going to Paris and London, I will never forget that experience. That was when I was 20. And it was just like, wow, like, I remember sitting down in restaurants over there and honestly, like, just staring out the window, looking and thinking to myself, like, I am really thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away from home right now, across the ocean. And it's crazy because I'm just realizing so much, seeing their architecture and their buildings and their monuments, their malls, their boutiques on the street, their accents, their clubs. Like, it's just so many different aspects, and you just find it so intriguing and amazing when you realize, like, wow, okay, this is how we do stuff in America, but this is how they do stuff over here. Okay, you need to travel outside the country. Like, I know I said travel within the states, which is, yes, that's equally as important. They're both important, but they give you different experiences in different ways. When you travel outside the country, it opens your mind up times 10. So you really need to prioritize traveling out the country. I cannot wait to honestly go back to Paris and London. London was so nice. Oh my gosh, the people were so nice. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're from Georgia, but are you from Georgia? Are you from Atlanta? And it's like, their accent was just so cute. And it's like, oh my gosh, I love your accent. Like, no, I love your accent. That feeling of connecting with new people and new environments is something, like I said, it's priceless. That's not something you're going to be able to get in your small hometown. All right. New places give you new conversations, new perspectives, new inspiration. Okay. You start to realize how big the world really is and how small your old way of thinking was. Okay. You cannot stay in the same environment and expect your dreams to feel real. Like, you're just imagining fairy tales. Get in the field for real. Book some flights for real. If you can go to the club and pop bottles and spend money on sections and, you know, buy all these Amazon packages and spend money on whatever you spend your money on, prioritize taking that money and getting you a flight and going to different countries, going to different states, meeting new people, sparking new conversations, you know, just checking the scenery out, right? Be a actual tourist. This is just going to broaden your horizon and really open your eyes up a lot wider to see more than what you've been seeing on a consistent basis every single day. And this is very important for your growth. If you want that freedom, you want that luxury lifestyle, it's important to be able to program your brain to see experiences and to see life on a more grand scale. And what is the easiest way to do that? Traveling and seeing that there's so many different aspects to this world and to this life far beyond what you see right in front of your face. Okay, what you see right in front of your face is not even a freaking fraction of what's really out here and what's really available for you to experience. So again, number one, I want you to get in the field and travel. Like 2026, I'm not telling you that you got to break the bank and go on a credit card debt, but I'm just telling you, start budgeting and traveling. If you've never traveled, if you've never gotten on an airplane, if you've never went anywhere, travel. Put that on your vision board. Put that in your journal, list of things that you want to do for 2026. I don't care. Write it down, take a picture, write it across your forehead. I need you to prioritize traveling in 2026. Now, moving into number two, the second way that you can raise your belief levels and create a new reality for yourself is to prioritize high-end experiences. So outside of traveling, this is a real game changer because there are different things that you can do to actually indulge in high-end experiences. So let's get into some of the ways that you can prioritize high-end experiences. And you can do this before 2026. Like by the time this drops, you're still gonna have a whole month of December to make something shake. Okay, so luxury staycations. This is one way to prioritize a high-end experience because even though you live in Atlanta, you might live in the suburbs. Living in the suburbs is completely different than living in the city. So a lot of people might think that's a waste of money. Why would I go pay to stay somewhere and stay at a hotel in my city? Well, when you live in the suburbs, there are no city views. There are no city views. You can't see the whole entire city. And you can't get that stimulation and that experience and that energy and that feeling that you would get if you were living in the city, right? So doing a little staycation here and there gives you that spark. It gives you that motivation. Like, you know what? This could actually be my life. Like, I want you to go get a hotel in the city for 2 to 3 nights, whatever city you stay in. I live in Atlanta, so it's plenty of options here, but Miami, Chicago, Nashville, I don't care where you stay at, Houston. It doesn't matter where you are. I know your city has a downtown area, a midtown area, an area where there are luxury hotels. I want you to go there because the king bed, the plush robes, 1,000 count spread sheets or whatever, the room service, access to the spa, the rooftop pool, the restaurants in the lobby. You can go hang out at the bar, right? That is not stuff that you have access to in your home. Okay, so this is why it's important to go out and actually prioritize having those luxury stays. You cannot replicate that at home. That feeling that you're gonna get when you're standing in the middle of your hotel room downtown in a 4 or 5 star hotel, looking at the whole entire city, looking at the whole entire downtown, midtown, wherever you at, right? You're just simply not going to be able to feel like that at home. And sometimes it takes you getting out of your everyday environment to remind yourself, like, this is where I can be if I just keep working, if I keep putting in time, if I keep being diligent, if I keep being disciplined. This is the feeling that I can have. Obviously, you're not going to live in a hotel room, but you might want a high rise. You might want a condo in the middle of the city. You need to get as close to that experience as possible, which is why I said luxury staycations at some of the top hotels in your city. You will be able to get a peek into your future life, and that's what you want. Like, you know what? Let me step into this real quick. Let me take a peek at how it's going to look, how it's going to feel, what it's going to taste like, right? Try to really soak it all up because once your brain gets to experience it, it's not going to go back to normal. Like once your brain expands and experiences something new or learns something new, or you get like a new feeling that you've never gotten before, your brain doesn't go back to normal, you guys. So make sure you prioritize luxury staycations. This is the quickest and easiest way that you can really raise your belief levels and create a new reality for yourself, because it's going to be in your best interest to know what it feels like being 15 floors up, 20 floors up, being able to wake up and you see the city right outside your window, right? You need to know what that feels like. That's good motivation for you to keep going and keep doing what you're doing. But it just shows your brain like, it's possible. This could be your life. This could be your life within a blink of an eye. Okay? You need that experience. All right. Now, another thing that you can do that's also in addition to prioritizing high-end experiences is changing up where you eat, plus changing up who you are around. To be more specific, I want you to start going to higher end restaurants. I want you to start going to professional conferences. I want you to start going to events with people that are in high paying industries. I want you to go to spaces where money is being discussed normally. Like money on a very high level is being discussed like it's Monopoly, play money or something like that. Okay, conversations that you're going to hear at New York Prime and other popular steakhouses in your city. I don't know what's in your city. I'm just obviously thinking about Atlanta because I live here. Conversations that you hear there are going to be completely different than conversations that you hear at Chili's and Applebee's and Outback and Longhorn. Not to say anything is wrong with them, because obviously, you know, they're good too. I ain't never said I'm too good for them. However, in the stage and just place of where I am in my life right now, I love a higher fine dining experience, okay? And it's a big difference, the type of people who are there, the way people dress, the way people talk, the way people act, the service that you get, okay? My service at New York Prime was outstanding. I went there for my birthday, I had a dinner, and it was great, okay? You only get that level of service at higher end restaurants. So you have to start prioritizing that. Start fitting that into your budget. Say, hey, once a month, I'm going to go out and have a fine dining experience. I'm going to round up my homegirls. Me and my homegirls good for doing that. I'm going to round up my homegirls, or let's just say you and your homeboy. You know, men can do this too, right? This is not just for women. Anybody, get your homeboys and say, look, we finna get dressed and we are about to go to a fine dining restaurant because we are here and we are trying to get here. So we need to be able to do things that are going to expand our network, expand our way of thinking, right? Getting bills that are a couple $100 and y'all split the bill, or however y'all want to do it, like that changes something in your brain. I'm not saying go out and spend more than you can afford, but if you and your friends are all making bread and y'all have money and y'all go out and spend money on the regular anyway on different things, like prioritize this, put this into your budget, put this into your schedule, because just being able to get that experience is going to work wonders for you. Going to these conferences. It's so many different conferences and events that happen every day, every weekend, every month, every quarter, every year. You guys, private equity conferences, investing conferences, tech conferences, cybersecurity conferences, real estate developing conferences, informational seminars, mixer events that people come together for the sole purpose of networking. I just need you to get in the room. This is something that's going to have to become a priority for you if you want to raise your belief level and create a new reality for yourself. The service is different at restaurants. The food is different. The energy is different in these different spaces. The energy is going to be different from when you're in the club as opposed to when you are at a conference of investment bankers, or you're at a conference for a Black Wealth Weekend or something like that, right? Just throwing stuff out there that I have heard about and seen, and things that I actually want to start going to in 2026. These are all things on my list because I understand where I'm trying to go. And I also understand that the environments that I place myself in are just extremely important. So you have to understand, you have to put yourself out there. Spend the extra money to go to a different restaurant than you usually go to. I know that you love to eat fast food and that it's 5 minutes from your house. You don't have to get dressed up to go because there's not a dress code. Okay, cool. But you said you wanted to find the things in life, right? Oh, okay. So don't you think you need to start practicing So when you do get them, you know how to show up? Yeah, I think so. Wagyu House is different than Outback. They both have steak, but Wagyu House is not giving the same vibes as Outback. I don't know if there's a Wagyu House in other states, but there's one in Atlanta and it's delicious. Like, I remember going to Wagyu House a couple of months ago with my friend for her birthday, and you know, they have different set tiers of prices, and depending on the tier that you pay for, you get an unlimited amount of meat within that tier. And if you don't know what Wagyu is, it's the most premium, top grade beef that you can have. Like, when I tell y'all, so tender, so full of flavor, like, it was the most delicious thing that I have ever had. And now I'm like, oh, I need Wagyu all the time. I don't even want to go back to regular beef because it was just so good, but the experience was great. And it's like, paying this much to go to dinner, like, automatically off rip, spending $100 per person just to be able to get access to that grade of meat. It seems crazy, y'all, but I promise you, every single last bite was worth it. Like, I've been wanting to go back. I went in September. It's December now. I've been wanting to go back since we left. Like, I'm like, I gotta get back to Wagyu House, period, because it was just so good. And these spaces just start to become normal when you put yourself there, right? And that's the point. You want to be in rooms, you want to be in restaurants, you want to be at conferences, you want to be at events, you want to be at gatherings, you want to be in places where certain conversations are far beyond where you are, okay? You want to be in places where the conversations that are being had are on a level that you're trying to get to. You don't want to be in spaces all the time where the conversations that are being had are on your level, like you can relate. No. You need to be in spaces where you like, damn, I can't relate because I'm not there yet. I need to step it up. So being in these spaces is how you're going to have those realizations, and it's going to challenge you. It's not meant to make you feel less than or make you feel inferior. It's to challenge you and motivate you to be like, you know what? If all of these people in these spaces and these restaurants can come out and bring their whole family and have dinner, or these conferences where people are dressed nicely and they making this amount of money, right? I can do that, because why can't I? Why can't this be my life on the regular? Okay, not just a little experience here and there every blue moon. No. Now, moving into the next thing that you can do to raise your belief level and create a new reality for yourself. And this also goes off the tangent of just prioritizing high-end experiences. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into the conversation. This episode is actually sponsored by my brand, Mindful Vibes 365. If you or anyone you know are currently experiencing feelings of frustration, anxiety, depression, overstimulation, mental burnout, and just overall disconnection from God, I can guarantee you that it's time for you to reprogram your mind and vibe. And the quickest, most easiest way for you to do this is actually by fasting and detoxing from secular music. Now, as someone that did this for an entire year, I can honestly say it changed my life completely. I underwent a transformation in all areas of my life once I cut out secular music. Now, do you have to do this for an entire year? No, the transformation started weeks into my year-long fast, which is exactly why 90 days is the sweet spot. So luckily for you guys, I created a 90-day guided workbook that's actually going to help you successfully overcome your anxiety, depression, overstimulation, mental burnout, and disconnection from God, because it's going to require you to complete a series of activities that are going to stimulate your mind and vibe every single day. This workbook is not only going to allow you to journal what's on your mind and what's your vibe for the next 90 days, it's going to help you stay on track with consuming the required productive and stimulating things that you're going to be listening to every single day. You're going to have access to recommended hand-picked sermons, audiobooks, podcasts, personal development teachings, Bible readings, gospel songs, and so much more, which are all the things that you're going to be required to listen to for the next 90 days, every single day around the clock. I can honestly go ahead and congratulate you in advance on the new person you're getting ready to become once completing this workbook, because replacing secular music with more spiritual, stimulating, productive, motivating, and uplifting tunes is going to completely change your life. So make sure you go ahead and click the link below to get a copy of your 90-day guided workbook today. I cannot wait to hear more about your transformation and the new person that you become once you complete this 90-day 30-day workbook. So congratulations again in advance. Make sure you get a copy of yours today. Click the link below. Now let's get back to the conversation. Honestly, this is a little cheat code that a lot of people like to overlook, but this is my favorite thing to pull out of my bag of tricks and something that I do quite often. I want you to start being strategic about your happy hours and lunch spots, okay? And maybe you're a person that you don't really go out to lunch or you don't really go to happy hour. Well, guess what? I'm telling you right now, today, in this moment, that you need to start. Because y'all, listen, what I want you to do is I want you to go to restaurants near major corporate buildings during lunch hour. This is something that you can do that'll be a little less. Okay, happy hour, you know, is like half price drinks or, you know, different appetizers and stuff like that. This is the cheat code. I want you to go to restaurants near major corporate buildings. Okay, so Midtown, wherever the major office buildings are in Midtown, there's some restaurants nearby. Buckhead, by the mall, by Lennox, by Perimeter. Listen, hear me closely. I want you to go there and I want you to go sit at the bar. Grab a mocktail, cocktail, an appetizer, and I want you to just observe what's going on around you. I want you to just observe and pay attention to who's coming in there, who's having meetings. What you're going to start to notice is people are going to come in by groups. You're going to have pairs coming in. You're going to have couples coming in. You're going to have solo people coming in. You're going to see bankers and tech professionals, developers, entrepreneurs, all different types of folks, okay? People closing deals on the phone, actively getting active. That is what you want. Like, y'all, I have actually did this before. I've sat at bars. I've gone to happy hour by myself, dolo, right? And I've overheard people talking about contracts, talking about getting a deal signed. 6-figure deals, 7-figure deals, right? I need them to sign this by 3 p.m. today. Where are we at with this document? This is a so-and-so $1 million contract. Guys, this is important for your brain to hear these types of things, okay? Like, you need to overhear these things because it makes you realize, like, while you're there, just there to go grab something to eat and dilly-dally, it's other people in here really getting work done. Like, yeah, they're here eating lunch and they're here for happy hour, but they coming in here with their business partners and their co-workers, and the things that they're talking about and things that you will overhear at these bars and these restaurants during happy hour, that's a hack. If you don't take any other hack from me, I promise you, if you start doing this in 2026, the things that you will hear, the types of money conversations that you will overhear, the people that you will meet, the people that you will start to notice, yeah, just go ahead and thank me. Just go ahead and thank me in advance, because I promise you, this is a major life hack, all right? And it's like, wow, when I do these things and I go sit in these restaurants and at these bars and at these like high-end hotels, don't sleep on the restaurants in these high-end hotels. Pay the little valet, pay the park, go in there during happy hour and grab you something to eat. You're going to be able to see the people who are staying in the hotel, the people who are in town for business. And guess what I'm going to tell you to do next? Spark conversations. Spark conversations to figure out, like, wow, what brings you here today? Or are you just here having lunch? Are you staying at the hotel? Most people will tell you their business. Crazy enough, they'll tell you everything you want to know. All you got to do is get in the room, put yourself there, put yourself out there, so you'll be able to watch how people dress, watch how people talk, learn about what they value, the energy that they carry, right? Put yourself in environments where your next level is the norm, where you're going to be the person at happy hour on the phone talking about closing a deal. I'm here now grabbing lunch, but I'm sending the contract over to your email. Oh, great. Did they sign a contract? Okay, let me pull it up. Let me send it over to the lawyer. All right. I don't know about y'all, but those are the type of conversations and the type of things that I dream about doing on a daily. I'm in sales, so I love to imagine myself at happy hour, grabbing a nice little drink, eating a cute little salad, and closing a deal, closing a multi-million-dollar deal, right? While I'm at lunch, or I'm going out to lunch with my client and I'm pushing the deal over the line. Guys, just because you're not there right now, this is the reality in the life of so many other people. And fortunately for you, you can go and put yourself in that environment to witness it. People be on the phone at the bar, don't care about what they talking about. And you'll be sitting there eating your food and you hearing everything they got going on. Even just hearing that stuff is making the antennas in your brain stick up. And that's what you need, y'all. If you don't take anything away from this episode, go to happy hour. Don't go to happy hour at these little rinky-dink places though. Go to happy hour at high-end places. And because it's happy hour in the middle of the day, you're not even going to spend that much money. I didn't tell you that you had to order a whole meal or a feast. Get a cute little mocktail or get you some sparkling water with some lime, okay? And keep it cute. Get you a salad, get you some fries or some wings or something like that, whatever, and just vibe and pay attention to your environment. Pay attention to the types of people that are walking in and out. Pay attention to the people who are in groups. Pay attention to the people who are in suits. Pay attention to people who coming in on some regular stuff, but you can tell they got money. Like, wow, what do they do, right? This is very important, and you need these type of things and experiences to raise your belief level and create a new reality for yourself. Moving into the next one, which is very simple and to the point. I need you to go and test your dream car. This is a very quick and easy and free way. You don't even have to spend no money to do this. I want you to go and test your dream car. Stop saying one day. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have it one day. One day it'll be mine. One day this, one day that. Okay, yeah, you're right. One day it will. But you can make your brain believe like, oh, I'm right there. Like, I can really go in the dealership and sign on the dotted line today for this. Okay, I can go AMG today. I can go BMW tomorrow. I can go X6. I can go Q8. Like, you need to make your brain believe that this is not far. Like, it's right here in front of my face. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can see it, right? Go to the dealership, sit in the car, touch the steering wheel, take videos, take pictures of yourself inside of it. All of that for your records. You don't have to post it on Instagram. Keep that in your phone so you can have that as something to refer back to. While you're sitting in the car, imagine yourself pulling off the lot in it. Because once your brain sees and feels this version of you, it's going to be impossible to forget. I will never forget when I sat in a G-Wagon. I will never forget when I sat in a McLaren. I will never forget when I sat in a Porsche. I won't forget that. Those are things that I won't forget because it's like, ooh, this leather feels a little different, okay? This whole vibe, the exhaust sounds a little bit different. That's exactly what you want. You are imprinting these things into your brain. Do the same thing with houses. Go tour the luxury neighborhoods. Walk through the model homes. It's open houses going on every single day. Follow your favorite realtor and see when they're doing an open house and go. There's no crime in going to an open house. Even if you don't have an intention on buying that house, it doesn't matter. Go to the open house. Drive around communities that you want to live in. You want to go modern, contemporary, find a modern contemporary neighborhood. You want to go traditional, you want to go older brick, don't matter. Drive through the community. Don't be a creep and do it at night. Drive through during the daytime, right? Maybe take a little walk, a little stroll, but your brain needs these visuals. This is going to help you build your belief system and create a new reality for yourself, because your brain does not know how to tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. So if you start going to test drive these cars and you start going to walk around these neighborhoods and tour these houses, your brain is going to be like, this is ours. Oh, okay. I like this. This is nice. This is ours. Okay, cool. We're going to run with this narrative. That's how your brain thinks, y'all. So you need to make sure you're giving your brain and exposing your brain to the most realistic experiences possible. Okay. Moving into the next thing that you can do to raise your belief level and create new realities for yourself. Get a mentor. Okay. There's a saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So therefore, exposure creates the readiness. If you do all the other things that I just told you about, that's going to expose you to different stuff. And so therefore, that's going to create the readiness. Okay. And once your mind is elevated, aligned people are going to start showing up. Once you're in these aligned spaces, once you're going to happy hour in the area where working professionals frequent on a daily basis, once you're going to these high-end restaurants, once you're having these staycations at luxury hotels, right? But mentors are going to come when you have positioned yourself in the right rooms, environments, and when you simply just have the right mindset, period, point blank. So do the work and the guidance will find you. Your mentor will find you. You will find and connect with that right person. God will place the right person in your life at the right moment. When you make that mental shift, he's going to be like, okay, my child needs a mentor. Cool. I'm going to set them up and introduce them and connect them with this person, and the rest will be history. And that's what you want. You need a mentor, somebody that you can watch firsthand how they move, what they do, how they maneuver, okay, how they live their life, how they're spending their money. Like, you just need that. You need a person that can teach you the ropes and just teach you the things that you need to learn to be able to grow and develop. So get you a mentor. But you can't get a mentor if you haven't started to develop yourself and do the other things that I told you about to develop and create that readiness within yourself. So before you can get a mentor, you need to be working on yourself already. And moving into the very last thing you can do to raise your belief levels and create a whole new reality for yourself, my favorite thing, reprogram your mind. This is the foundation. This is something that you have to do every single day. So what does this mean? How can you do this? It's very simple, because you have a phone, you have a TV, you have an iPad, you have a computer, right? Prioritize watching motivational content every single day. Study the greats. You got YouTube and Instagram Reels and TikToks and all these different podcasts. Study the greats. Study the wealthy people. Study the people who are popping it. Study the people who are having it. Study the people in your field. Study the people who you want to be like. Watch mansion tours. I love to do this. My idea of a very, very nice, comfortable, cozy night is getting in bed and turning on a mansion tour, turning on a penthouse tour, right? My favorite thing to do is that. Car tours as well. When people have like custom built their AMG, when people have custom built their Porsche or whatever, car tours, island tours. You can travel from the comfort of your own home. You can experience and see the inside and details of a car from the comfort of your own home. You can see what a multi-million-dollar penthouse or condo or whatever looks like from your own home. Yes, I still want you to go out and do that stuff in person, of course. I'm not saying that this replaces that, because it's nothing like having the physical and actual experience. But y'all, something you can do instead of doom scrolling and looking at other people's lives, pick up your phone, watch a nice mansion tour while you're eating your lunch. Okay, instead of scrolling on TikTok, instead of being on Instagram, watch a mansion tour, watch an island tour, watch a lifestyle tour, watch videos of private jets and first class flying experiences and business class. And y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I know for sure the next time I go across seas, because Europe was a 10-hour flight, well, Paris was a 10-hour flight, I will be on them planes that have the beds. Okay, so I love to watch videos like that, because I'm like, okay, this may not be an experience I can get right now. Can't even go test this out, but I can see it. And as much as I program my brain with these images, with these videos, with these feelings, with the sounds, how it looks, I can make my brain believe that that is my reality. Because this is not about fantasizing. It's about conditioning your brain to see, feel, and believe in the reality that you want. Simple. So when you do this stuff daily, when you watch this stuff daily and consume this content daily, which is why I tell you, be mindful of what you watch, what you listen to, who you listen to, things that you consume, okay? When you do this stuff daily, your frequency is going to shift. Suddenly, you'll notice more of your dream cars on the road. I can pull up a video right now of a GLE or a Porsche 911 or an Audi Q8 or a BMW X6. I can pull up a video of either one of those cars. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Go out tomorrow. Guess what I'm going to see on the road? Either of those cars. It happens every single time. The more you think about something, the more it starts to show up. That's what you want. And it just happened to me like the other night. I was coming home and a GLE was behind me. I said, oh, look at my baby. Look at my boo. And because I already had that on my mind, it's like, this is normal. Like, it's no difference between me and the person in that car that's already driving it. Like, that's my car already. Even if I don't have it yet, it doesn't matter. That's mine. This is what raising your belief level actually looks like. So in closing, guys, I just want to let you know that everything that you desire is on the other side of exposure. If you want to raise your belief levels and create a new reality for yourself, you have to put in the work and you have to be intentional about how you do it as well, because your new reality is already available. It's already there. It already has your name on it. You just have to show your mind that it's possible. And like I love to always say, if you change your mindset, you'll change your life. So if this episode was helpful to you and you found this episode enjoyable and you're going to actually apply some of these tips that I gave you to your life starting today, because 2025 is not over and you're going to apply these tips in 2026, make sure you go ahead and share this with a friend who also wants to elevate their life in 2026 as well, guys. Keep liking, comment, subscribing, and sharing with others. We are going up, okay? This podcast is growing by the week, by the day, and I'm just so excited for the growth and the direction of where this podcast is headed. We have so many changes, so many upgrades, so many special surprises, just so many different things coming in 2026. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode and staying until the very end of this conversation. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye.